Grade 4, Module 6, Lesson 1 homework. Problem number 1. Shade the first 4 units of the tape diagram. Count by tenths to label the number line using a fraction and a decimal for each point. Circle the decimal that represents the shaded part. So the first thing we need to do is we need to shade the first 4 units of the tape diagram. So let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4 units. If I look below, it has the decimal points. The first one is 1/10 right here. The next one is going to be 2/10. The next one is going to be 3/10. And I'm going to keep on going up all the way to 1. And then it asks us to go ahead and use a fraction as well. So if I come back over here, my first fraction was 1 of my 10 blocks, 1/10. So my next one is 2 of 10 blocks, so it's going to look like 2/10. The next one is 3/10, 4/10, and I'm going to go all the way up to 10/10, which is 1. And 1 is 10/10. We don't need to add that, but I'll go ahead and remind you that. And the last thing it does ask us to do is to circle the decimal that represents the shaded part. Up here is where it goes for the shaded, so the decimal is 4/10. Problem number 2. Write the total amount of water in fraction form and decimal form. I'm going to go ahead and underline fraction form and decimal form. Shade the last bottle to show the correct amount. So when I look at my water bottle, I can see it's in 1 liters, and it's broken down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and 1 makes all the way up. So if I start counting from my 5/10, I can see that this is going to be 6/10 and 7/10. So the way we write that is it's 7 out of 10. And the way we write that as a decimal, because it wants fraction and decimal form, is 0.7. We read that as 7/10. Problem number 3. Write the total weight of the food on each scale in fraction form or decimal form. So there's 2 different problems here. If it gives us to it as a decimal form, we're going to write it as a fraction. If it gives it to you as a fraction, you're going to write the decimal. I'm going to do the first part. We're going to go ahead and measure broccoli and lettuce. And the decimal gives us is 0.7, and that represents 7/10. If you thought about that on a tape diagram, it'd be 7 out of 10. So 7/10 would be our fraction.